In the next 5 years or even before, India is projected to be among the 3 largest auto markets in the world. And the industry has been thriving for being self-sustainable and export surplus when it comes to cutting-edge technologies and products. Now, component makers or suppliers have an equally pivotal role towards the agenda as automakers do. And realizing this, the Union Cabinet has finally approved the Production Linked Incentive or PLI scheme for the auto industry.
So the government has announced production linked incentive worth rupees 26,000 crore, and that is immensely going to benefit the auto industry, both automakers and auto component manufacturers. Now that investment is going in new technologies, so drivetrain options, gear solutions, and even green technologies like hydrogen fuel cell and new modern age electric vehicles, even modern age ECUs. We are here at the ACMA and SIAM conference to take you through all the details.
The government has made a list of 22 such technologies the incentives will be focused on. A total incentive scheme of 26,058 crore rupees has been granted to boost manufacturing of EVs, fuel cell vehicles and drones in India for a period of 5 years. And out of this, 25,938 crore rupees has been set apart for the automobile sector alone, which will help the industry to grow and become at par with other developed markets in the global arena.
That's the objective. What was not being manufactured here should henceforth be manufactured here. That is the objective. And not only for domestic consumption, but also for exports, because it's all scale. So long as you're not performing at a particular scale, it's not profitable.
Previously, the incentive scheme was expected to help attract new investment of about 42,500 crore rupees in the auto sector. Now, it will range from 8% to 18% of the sales value of vehicles or components and will be given to companies if they meet certain conditions, such as a minimum investment over 5 years and 10% growth in sales each year. The move is expected to push suppliers to invest in research and development and in turn in advanced technologies. Basically, the idea is to create enough production scale for localization of vehicles on offer in the Indian market with adequate parts and component supply, and in turn increase our share in exports of both vehicles in the overseas market and components to global automakers.
Very significant outlay of 26,000 crore has been given to the industry. This is in addition to the earlier outlays that we had on the PLI for the ACC battery, which is 18,000 crore, and the FAME 2 scheme, which is 10,000 crore. As you know, the PLI is focused on advanced technologies. And the basic thought behind the PLI is to make the industry globally competitive and future ready. And I guess you've seen the numbers that the government has talked about. They would like the industry, both the vehicle industry and the component industry, to invest in future technologies. So there is a list of 22 odd technologies that the government believes are the future technologies of the future, and the industry should invest in them. So it's very interesting. While on one hand we have a regulatory framework that in some sense is in conformance of the green goals of the government, the climate change and the environment goals, as also the emission norms that we have. So that is one regulatory framework that is pushing the industry towards cleaner technology, and we believe incentivizing these technologies that have been announced today would again add to in some sense redouble and enthuse the industry and encourage the industry to move towards those technologies. And if we have to be globally competitive, we have to be exporting, and as you know, the world is moving towards cleaner technologies. So therefore we should aspire for a share of our business in the global market as well.
While the PLI scheme has been applauded and welcomed by the industry, few experts believe that the incentive is yet not enough. The original plan was to spend around 57,000 crore rupees for incentivizing auto and auto part makers, manufacturing mainly petrol vehicles and their components for domestic sales and export, with some added benefit for EVs. But the scheme's focus was redrawn to make domestic market future ready and incentivize clean fuel vehicles, since global players like Tesla are gearing up for its India foray.
The recently launched automotive PLI scheme, which is a 26,000 crores, which is being launched today afternoon, is indeed a very inclusive scheme because it provides supports to both the OEMs and the component manufacturers. It also clearly demonstrates the commitment of the government to support the automotive industry to be future ready as we look at integrating futuristic technologies in our vehicles. It also creates a scope for volumes in the industry and will provide huge opportunity for exports to grow. This is actually a right and opportune time for India to announce this scheme, since globally the industry is trying to realign its supply chain and India can capitalize on this changing scenario to be a significant manufacturer for the world.
So the impetus is on manufacturing components for clean cars and investing in advanced technologies like sensors and radars used in connected cars, automatic transmission, cruise control and other such technologies.